YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Watch all your favorite NFL teams out of market.
Vanguard Oh, yeah. What a fucking week. I don't know which end is up and which end is down. But what I can tell you is we're about to break some shit. Hello, I'm Pastor Van, and that's a fucking commercial already. What? It's what is it? Thursday, December 28th. It is 3 days since Christmas. And I've fucking already had enough. But for what it's worth, I'm here, you're here, they're here, everybody's here, and no one gives a good goddamn. That being said, I'm Pastor Van. This is The Pulpit Live Edition. And I don't know what we're going to do tonight. It could be anything. Literally anything. Except gaming. Because right now, my setup is so fucked. That's not true. It'd probably take me 10 minutes to rearrange enough to play a fucking game. I don't know if I'm there yet. That being said, how is everybody tonight? Like I said, it's been a long week. She's been working. I have not. He's still deaf, but not for long. Got some good shit for Christmas. Yay. Now that that's all been said and done, what the hell else have I got to do here? I mean, December 28th, that's what, 3 more days till New Year's Eve. Whole new year starts up again. And it's going to make fuck zero difference that it's a new year. I've seen 48 New Years, and never have I seen anybody set and follow a resolution. Never have I set and followed a resolution. I could lose a pound or two, but I've got a pile of brownies and cakes and cookies over here that I fully intend to eat sometime the next week. It might be tonight. How the fuck am I supposed to? I'm not. That's how it is. I think that what everybody should do this New Year's is say, fuck it. I'm not changing anything. Keep the status quo and not even worry about it. At this point, things are so generally fucked, at least in the United States. You know what? Not even just in the United States. Things are just so generally fucked everywhere, including my commercials. It's kind of a why fucking bother? And you know what? I am really just completely set up. Talk to a group I can't do that because there's fucking nobody here. There's fucking nobody on. Who's on? You know what? There's a few. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you right now. I may just sit here until I'm ready to go to bed. Because my plan is to give it bad advice and terrible penance to anybody who gets on. That being said, I can't give bad advice or terrible penance. Fuck are you looking at? Why are you staring at people? There's not anybody here to give terrible advice and bad penance to. I mean, really, that's just where it kind of stands right now. I can't do fuck all with fuck all, except sit here and talk. And so that's what I'm doing. Let's recap how things have been going. The job that I had, figured I'd make some dollars. Cut hours down to basically nothing. When I asked if they wanted me to stay through the end of the holiday season, I was told yes, absolutely. Can you give me any more hours? Well, and I really kind of stopped fucking listening at that point because what's the point of keeping me on if you can't give me any hours? I mean, oh, fuck. Let's see if we can get a comfortable spot here. That's not comfortable at all. So, I have been looking. Now, you might look at me and think, what the fuck is he going to do? But I'm going to be honest with you. I actually clean up pretty nice. Believe it or not, if you haven't seen me without my war paint and one of my uniforms on, you probably wouldn't believe that I could. Well, I did. And I have. Many times in the past. I even worked in education. I can look professional as fuck. But I've been looking for these jobs. There are supposed to be tons of them out there. Even though at the same time I'm hearing that unemployment is at an all-time low. And you know what I can find? 2 million jobs that require master's degrees, 10 years experience, no on the site, no on the job training, no fucking anything. What am I left with? Subway, McDonald's, Home Depot. And I would go back to fucking work for Walmart before I worked for Home Depot. Because why would I work for a company that I hate going into any of their stores? They have no one on a register at any time except for commercial customers. If you are not a commercial customer, you cannot go through the commercial line. It means you get to check yourself out. I have seen people with literally thousands of dollars of shit to check out at Home Depot have to stand there and check out all their crap. And when I look at them and I say, you should have driven the 15 minutes to Maynard's, they roll their eyes and go, yeah, I know, right? Because here's the thing. Maynard's has 0 checkouts. None. Fucking commercials. So, I've had applications in with the cities, the school districts, county, and They apparently take 6 months to get a hold of me. Finally had one school district get back a hold of me, say, I applied for this in July. July. We need blah, 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 at blah, 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 starting immediately. Thanks for your interest in the position. We are no longer hiring our school district. August, September, December, January, February, July to August, September to October, November to December, almost to January. 6 months. A job we need filled immediately, and it takes 6 months to say, oh, we can't fill that position anymore. Or we filled that position. Thanks for calling. So I looked to my strengths. Photography, woodworking, computers, internet, retail, sales, socials management. I did it for a long time for a dealership. And the biggest problem that I'm running across is that so many businesses hire through their own websites that unless you go through 1,000 company websites, never know if they're hiring or not. And some companies always say they're hiring. Walmarts, Targets, Home Depots, grocery stores, they always say that they are hiring. Why? Quit pissing off your employees, start treating them decently. Maybe they'll stick around. Fuck. So I'm back to this, working on the house. That's fine. I don't mind that. At this point, that means I'm not contributing. And even though I don't have to, it drives me up the goddamn wall. Her dad has been retired for 7 years, 8 years, and even when I was working before we moved, he was still making more retired than I was. And fuck Wix. So, as I said, that leaves me here. There's literally no one here. I'm talking not to myself, but to my computer. I am looking at a camera, talking to my computer. And I don't know why. So we'll just sit here. If I'm not mistaken, the counter says almost 45 minutes, first 15, 20 minutes. So that was my countdown. I fucked that up a couple times. Super scuffed. I'm going to take a drink, smoke a cigarette, find something to talk about. Because right now, for some reason, I can't think of a goddamn thing. So, sit back, enjoy the royalty-free music from YouTube. Have a pasty or a crisp. It's good shit. It does weird stuff for my body. Maybe I'll do something with my hair. Happy. Oh yeah, I was gonna put it down. Totally forgot. That's what I'll do. Smoke a cigarette, put my hair down. That didn't take very long. Fuck. No, I don't even know the microphone picks me up here. No, microphone! Fucking commercial.
feel good about. All you need is all free clean.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm muted because I've been on for about an hour with nobody here, and somebody came home and wanted to chit chat, and I didn't want it on the stream. What did I miss? Theros, Vanimal, Amethyst, Krister. Amethyst, what have you done? For shame, Vanimal is here. Hello, hello, everybody. Good things are happening. Tell me all about it. You must tell me quickly, because soon as the time on Sprock, it's when we must dance. I don't know, Amethyst. What have you done? You said you've sinned. Sinning doesn't make you a good girl, unless you sin with me. You can't think of anything? Uh-oh. We gotta get rid of somebody. Somebody's being a bunghole. Fuck, I can't see it. Where is it? Figure out what my buttons are. Light my cigarette back up. And Jenny. Oh no. You wrote your Jen's bottom on your leg? For shame, for shame. You cannot bottom. Two bottoms do not make a top. It's like negatives. It doesn't work. Or dividing by 0. You're dividing by bottom. And it's undefined. It doesn't exist. But I suppose you helped Jenny out in some way so that she could write something on you, then it's not so bad. Well, in the case of Maddie, I would have to say, if ever, oh ever, a bottom there was, Maddie is one because we all know it to be the truth. So who else is sinning tonight? Who else is being naughty? What? You haven't done anything bad, Jenny? I find that hard to believe. Also, your number 2, what? Your number 2 sous chef? Your number 2 delivery girl? Drummer? What? There is no beef in my channel unless it's steak on a plate. No beef. Where's the beef? You bring up beef, we shall have to beat that meat until it is gone. Now, while you ponder the beef amongst yourself, I will be right back. I was actually in the process of doing something that I need to do. I will be right back. Maybe.
I trust Thrivent to tell us what they really think and to guide our family down the right path.
Fuck, did you sort out your beef or what? So I take it then that there was like some inferred ghosting or something, and that somebody thought that somebody was mad at them and they weren't, they were just incarcerated. Jesus. It does. Shit happens. Fun way? And tell me the fun way. So I may demonstrate. What is the fun way? Because frankly, I consider standard handcuffs moderately hardcore. I really think that for playtime, you should get the furry kind. Also, the furry kind, much easier to break when you lose the key. No, Jenny, sorry. Not talking about you this time. Mine are pretty standard, but I got them in black because, I mean, once you handcuff in black... No, I won't say that. That would be terrible. Somebody would find it funny, though. Come on now. Everything is context. It's not what you say, it's how you intend it. And sometimes that excuse works. Not always. And I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it with these. I just happen to have these handy. I'm afraid I don't have the riding crop or the horsewhip, or the swords, or the scythe, or the bars, or the chains, or the whip, or the whip. Actually, I don't have any of the fun stuff in the house right now. Moving's such a pain in the ass. Ele 1111 Make-A-Wish? I've never heard of 1111 Make-A-Wish.
Vanguard Financial Advice can help you save for vacation
Jenny, I'm happy for you. Who's going to use it on you?
and more. We're here to help you
Theros, at least, I hope I'm seeing that right.
discover Vanguard.
Yes, Theros. I have my monitor on my TV, which is very large and should be fairly easy to read. But yes, Theros, at least yours is easily accessible. Nobody. I'm doing the using. I hard that find to English is weird. You know what I mean? Because when English hard, when I speak, saying is the thing that talking is doing. And only then can we win the talking doing the talking. English, the hard. Okay, fair, Theros, but do you have to get dressed, put on winter gear, go downstairs, go outside, dig through mountains of crap in a garage to find your furry handcuffs. Because I seriously would debate you on whether or not my shit is harder to get to than yours in your wardrobe in your house. And I don't know why I'm still playing with these, other than they kind of make a good fidget, like little nunchucks. Also, back to the nobody I am doing the using. First of all, doubt it. Second of all, you have to have somebody there. Unless you're, yourself. Which is fine, but not nearly as fun. Theros, I perfectly accept lazy as an excuse and hardly a sin. When it comes to lazy, I'm right there with you. Because lazy am I started to say that I've accomplished nothing today, but I did go with someone to a doctor and had them arrange for the purchasing of hearing aids so that they can experience the world around themselves once more, and so that we don't have to scream at them in Walmart and make people think that we're abusing them. Aside from that, though, waste a day. But I'd like to revisit Jenny. Because Jenny with the English and the hard is the talking, as I may have mentioned a moment ago. In who? Well, you said you were doing the flogging. So then I have to assume that you're practicing in your solo time, because obviously you're fairly solo at this moment, to the best of my knowledge. And if you were not, I would still absolutely expect it being used on you and not on someone else. Unless there were a threesome and there were two being used on. How's that? Is that good ASMR? Do you like that?
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Slander. I didn't think it was considered slander when you were acquiescing to someone else's degradation kink. Yes. Yes. I'm going with that. And yet so many people who slander you have not yet been banned from your chat, and you still sit amongst the chatters on my channel. Jenny, everyone claims you have a degradation key. Everyone claims that you are a bottom. Everyone claims that you are a furry. And you have done nothing over time but confirm it over and over again, usually while you're in the process of denying it. But who am I to say? I'm just here for confession and penance. We all know what's going to happen on Saturday. Might as well get used to it. Well, some of us are not in the loop. Would you care to elaborate? I can't give you hell about anything you're doing if I don't know what you're doing. I think, with a few exceptions, Amethyst, the community in general has decided that basically anybody with the femboy tag falls into the bottom category. And do I know Maroon? Because the name sounds familiar, but I don't remember seeing a Maroon in chat. I think Maroon is somebody specific that my brain, which speaks the English the harder, the English not so well, is probably also not making connection with. Good chain. Yeah, so that must be a typo because I'm not sure what a C collab is, but it sounds an awful like a what'd you call it? D party? C collab, D party, D. With the brain not working, I can't think of a synonym for collaborate. It isn't more than a word. But yeah, D party. C collab, D party? No, probably not. And to step aside just a little bit, glad to see you here, Jenny. I really thought you were getting tired of me. Well, we've spoken about it, Jenny, and I think sometimes things are lost in translation, and sometimes when we get irritated with people and there's a slight language barrier, some things don't come out across the way that we intend them to. But that being said, I wasn't too worried about, well, I'll put it this way. You hadn't banned me yet, so I knew you weren't that pissed off at me, if you were pissed off at me at all. So, flogger, eh? Paddle. You need a good paddle. Not paddling, just a good paddle. They complement a flogger very nicely. And I didn't add a tag to my stream tonight. I was going to see if there was a free the nipple tag. Solidary. Good thing. Oh, my insecurity is showing? I hope not. That's probably TOS. Oh, are you talking about that? That's not insecurity. Like I said, that's just nipple solidarity. Can't remember if it was whose chat I was in here recently, but we were talking about the tape, and I felt like a little retro throwback to the good old days, the early days of my goth and fetish experiences. When people were too modest to be completely nude, so they would put on a thong and a little X of electrical tape on their nipples. But so far, I'm disappointed because it doesn't seem like anybody has done anything penance worthy. I thought the holidays are around, Christmas was here. Maybe somebody sat on Santa's lap too long or pinched an elf on the cheek as they walked by. You know, if you think about it, considering what Santa traditionally wears, he might be a furry and you might have more in common with him than you realize, Jay. No comment. All the good things that I bring to your chat, and you give me a no comment. I'm very disappointed. But you have the flogger, and I have the handcuffs. What do you think? Santa may have a thing for red-nosed reindeers. You know what? I think maybe Santa's just a pervert and he has a thing for deer with an alcohol problem. You know, Rudolph had some gambling debt and he offered Rudolph a spot in his organization for a little leading his sleigh. Exactly. And he spies on you. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Why would he need to know if you're sleeping or awake? What is he doing? Why does he need to know? And you know, he gives everyone a package unless they're naughty, and then they get lumps of coal. Really? What kind of fucking euphemism is that for? I hadn't noticed, but my handcuffs smell like gun oil. And I haven't put any on them. should still have a key. Oh no, I found the key. Shame is, they have new kinds of handcuffs for law enforcement now. The old styles, like these, there's a few ways to get out of them. Not easy, but it can be done. And frankly, picking the lock is not super easy. So I'm going to give my friends a safety tip. Some people are not aware there is a safety button on your handcuffs, or should be. And if there's not, don't use them. Most handcuffs have a little pin on one back edge near where the chain attaches. And what it's for is, once you got the handcuffs on, and they are not too tight and not too loose, and they're not caught in your fishnet sleeve, on your key on the back is a little pin, and you want to push that in, and that locks the handcuffs so they won't tighten down anymore. Because if they do, and your arms get twisted incorrectly, well, it can break your wrist. And that's no bueno. Was it intentional or necessary? Because that won't always work for a pair of handcuffs. And did you get arrested? Is everybody getting arrested but me? Okay. Playing a little David Copperfield, little Houdini, little hide the hands. Where's the sausage? How's your father? I'm also wondering what Jenny's still doing up if she's not streaming. Because if you're not streaming, don't you go to bed? It has got to be 4:30 a.m. Next thing you know, you'll be on a CRJ schedule, which means you'll never sleep. Did you eat something tonight, Jenny? Did everybody eat something tonight? Have you all had a meal today that's not McDonald's? For fuck's sake. Are you saying you had a friend over, or you cleared your neighborhood of strays? Because there's a difference. Animal, you don't see how CRJ can function on that amount of sleep. He has told me before that he gets sleep. Sorry, they get sleep. CRJ has told me that they get sleep rather frequently in small doses, But you can't function on naps constantly. Not for long. Milanese steak, rice, beans, and oh, I was right with you until you said mayonnaise.
Bro, you reek. You smell like you've been marinated in wet dog.
Really?
Ugh.
Fuck the commercials. I don't. Ugh. Mayonnaise. You want to put somebody in a scene and punish them? Make them eat mayonnaise. I know people that can take a flogger all day. You can paddle them, whip them, beat them, hang them up, tie them up, chain them up, anything. But if you try to give them a sandwich with mayonnaise on it, that's a hard limit. And I totally agree. Like, hi, tonight we'll be putting this up your butt. I don't know about that. And making you eat a mayonnaise sandwich. No, I'm leaving. Tricycle. And I'll be honest, it's not the taste. It's not the texture, although it does have some somewhat seminal viscosity. It's the fact that I found out a long time ago how real homemade mayonnaise is made. And I eat runny eggs. I have no problem with a runny yolk on an egg. That's my favorite. You gotta have something to dip your toast into. But runny whites, I mean, egg whites has the consistency of snot. Cum has a better texture than mayonnaise. I wouldn't put that on a sandwich unless it was for somebody else. That's a thought. Actually, that's a category on certain websites. But that being said, by the way, can you guys even hear the background music? Is it audible at all? It says it's audible on OBS, but fuck if I know. I try not to listen to myself. That doesn't surprise me. My biggest problem is just making sure that the music doesn't drown me out. Ah, there we go. I have a topic as Pastor Van that's been running through my brain for a while now. I'm ministering now to the world, or whoever gives a shit. Let me skip this commercial. So, sometime in the past, a while ago, a while longer, I don't know, I got on YouTube and I was watching some clips from some reality shows because sometimes they're funny, especially in clip form when you don't have to see all the trash. And unfortunately, that twisted the algorithm up and started adding a lot more reality show stuff to me. And I was watching clips from this show called Dance Moms. And I know that moms can be psychotic. Mine is. And after I watched a couple of clips of Dance Moms, then I started getting suggestions of other dance clips of young people dancing. Young people, both or all genders, doesn't matter. And I was suggested this video from some group that they're promoting the welfare and preventing the endangerment of young dancers. And they were showing clips from dance moms and from dance contests and all this stuff for children. And like a lot of organizations like that, they're a bit extreme, but they do make some good points. Because frankly, some of these people these young people, very young in some cases, see dancing, their dance routines suggest that either one day they're going to be a very talented dancer making music videos and performing with music stars or on TV or in the ballet, or that they're going to be highly paid strippers. Because frankly, I don't think children should move like that. It's a bit disturbing, even for me. I even told her yesterday or today, I don't remember when, we were going somewhere, I was telling her about this, and I can be pretty weird sometimes, and having a 6-year-old twerking on a contest stage is really weird. It's just weird. And one of the parents on the Dance Mom show, they did a group dance, and the parent was like, I'm really proud of my daughter, but I wouldn't want anybody else in my family to see her do this routine. That should tell you something. Now, I would say I don't care if any of my family sees me doing this, or watches any of my videos, or any of my previous streams, or looks at my Instagram pictures. But then I don't care for a lot of my family, so that's not a valid comparison. But I think you get what I mean. If they were at least 16 and of age in some countries, and preferably 18, 19, 20 years old, they would just be talented dancers on their way to a career. But right now, it's just weird. Just fucking weird. Now, if you're still here, I'm gonna introduce some members of my extended family who you've seen before, but not in quite such clarity, because now my camera's decided not to fucking focus on me. I walked too close. Come here, camera. I don't know if I'm in focus or not, but anyway, this is Bon. This is Arissa. This is Squid. Can't see Squid very well. My shit's in the way. There's Squid. Golly. And Naked Mannequin. Who's not naked because Twitch rules suggest that even my mannequin cannot be nude. Some years past, there were people basically going to town on a beer bottle in public. Yes, but were they teens or 6-year-olds? Because these dance contests that I've seen clips of go all the way down to 4. 4! Well, you know what? I'm going to do what they did when my generation was kids, and when my parents' generations were kids, and my grandparents' generation were kids, and I'm going to blame it on the parents. Because at some point you should be able to instill in your children some sort of ability to know it was a dance routine from a musical group? Oh, So they were. Sorry, when my mind takes me to a different place, maybe. When you say going to town on a beer bottle, I may be thinking something different than what you're saying. No, I don't have a Discord because I haven't had a reason to in the past. If Jenny is okay with it, you could maybe post it in hers. Excellent, because what I was envisioning with a beer bottle was entirely different. Slightly, mostly, moderately different than twerking on it. Moderately, yes. Not completely. Moderately. Slightly different than what I was thinking in my head. So yes, extended family. The skeleton has become Bon. The doll has become Arissa, because my partner has done a continuing series of drawings involving Arissa, a young witch, and her familiar, a skeleton named Bon. Bon wears a sombrero because she asked her students in a high school art class to look at one of her drawings and tell her she felt like he needed a hat. And she asked them what kind of hat he should have. And they said a sombrero. So Bon has a sombrero. I have a commercial. The hell did I just click? Okay, it's playing again. So, but she did an online book with her characters, and I did a voiceover for it, which I was very happy with. She was not, because I kept screwing up and then repeating what I was saying immediately, so it was kind of hard to edit the audio. But it came out very nice, and I was very happy with it. The Squid has not been featured, I don't think. I don't know if there's I can't remember if she's had a squid. But Squid is my 6-foot inflatable squid. Not that kind of inflatable. And Scully is just a skull. And now I have a pussy. Come here, puss puss. Show yourself to the world. Again. Chair's too tall. She doesn't like it. And this is Ellie. And Ellie is a bad cat because sometimes she pees in my room. Now she's going to jump down and rip my pants. Nope, you don't need to be on the table. You're gonna get down, get down. Thank you. Now she's going to go lay on my fuzzy tights. Perfectly fine. I've accepted a long time ago that if you have cats, you do not have furless clothes. And anything that you own that is not fuzzy will be fuzzy, either via fur or claws. What else have I seen? Okay, so on the topic of sinfulness, where we previously lived, I had issues with people's driving because it was a small town and people didn't feel that stop signs, yield signs, one stoplight in an entire county was necessary to abide by the law because we're just a small town. And now that we've moved back to a city area, the biggest problem that I'm having, and the one that is ultimately going to lead to me road raging, is the very frequent occurrence of people either pulling out directly in front of me while I'm traveling down a road, or changing lanes directly in front of me without a turn signal and with no margin for error. Second to that only is tailgating. And so when I've gone anywhere more than just down the street, I've been taking my GoPro with me and using it as a dash cam, because I am significantly convinced somebody is going to try and kill me and I will need proof of it. What are... Oh, you're laying down. You're being good. I'm fine with that. Lay down, be good. Don't pee on the floor. The biggest problem with the peeing on the floor is sometimes she pees in the cables on the back of the computer, and then I have to disassemble the computer and clean all the cables. Not a fetish. Not one of mine, in any case. And it would seem that maybe that music has gotten louder. I tell you what, I think I'm about tapped out for the moment. I might see who's on and doing what right now. And we may go visit someone. So I have 3 people that I follow on right now. Nomps, Meowdelin, and Rin Vixen. I think Nomps would probably be a good person to go and visit. So, if I can remember how to do the raid, Vanimal, are you still there? Vanimal, if you're still there and you know where to find the raid option. I'm pretty sure I have to do it through my Twitch channel. Oh, okay. Because I was thinking there was something I could just click on in the Twitch dashboard. So let me go back to Twitch. I've watched Nomps a few times. I've talked with Nomps several times. And thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. I gotta look this up. Spell their name. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you talking. Next time, bring me some sins. Raid username. Nomps. Alright. Thanks, Vandal. Guys, cheers. Have a good time. Remember, don't be a bully and don't be an asshole. And then raid. Oh, there's the button. I found it. God damn it. Oh, open that back up. Raid now.
Whoa! Thank you for the raid!